Did you know that the very meals you look forward to, the comforting foods you've enjoyed for years, could actually be working against your strength, your energy, and even your ability to move freely? Many of us, especially as we gather more birthdays, turn to familiar foods, thinking we're nourishing our bodies. But what if some of those go-to meats are secretly chipping away at your vitality, making your joints ache, or even clouding your thinking? It's a startling thought, isn't it? That something as simple as your dinner plate could be holding you back. Weakness, fatigue, and those creaky joints don't just make life less enjoyable, they can increase your risk of falls, make it harder to do the things you love, and slowly erode your precious independence. If you've been feeling a bit more sluggish, if your heart health is a concern, or if you're just not feeling as robust as you'd like, the meats you choose might be a bigger part of the puzzle than you realize. So, are you ready to take a really honest look at what's on your plate? Today, we're not just going to list some foods, we're going to delve into why certain meats, often marketed as staples, might be some of the worst offenders for your long-term health. And more importantly, we'll uncover the powerful, energizing choices that can genuinely help you build strength, protect your heart, and keep you moving with confidence for years to come. This isn't about deprivation. It's about making smart, informed swaps that could truly transform how you feel. What if a few simple changes could add more vibrant years to your life? Let's find out. First, let's shine a light on those meats that, quite frankly, might be doing you more harm than good. And the first one on our list is a big one, often a breakfast favorite, but a real troublemaker in disguise. When we talk about processed meats, what comes to mind? Bacon sizzling in a pan? That quick sausage patty? Maybe those convenient hot dogs or deli slices for a sandwich? They're easy, they're often tasty, and they're everywhere. But have you ever stopped to think what really goes into them? The truth is, these meats are often a cocktail of things your body struggles with. One of the biggest villains here is sodium. Now, your body needs a little sodium, that's true, but the amounts packed into these processed items, it's often astronomical. What does all that excess sodium do? Well, it can send your blood pressure soaring. Think about your heart, working day in and day out. High blood pressure is like making it pump against a closed fist. It's exhausting, and over time, it's damaging. For seniors, this isn't a small concern. It's a direct line to increased risk for heart attacks and strokes. Are those few moments of convenience worth that kind of gamble? But the sodium isn't the only issue. Many processed meats are also loaded with unhealthy saturated fats. You've heard about bad cholesterol, right? That LDL cholesterol? Saturated fats can push those numbers up, leading to plaque buildup in your arteries. Imagine your body's highways getting clogged. It restricts blood flow, not just to your heart, but to your muscles, to your brain. That fatigue you might feel, that weakness in your legs, it could be your body crying out for better circulation, starved of oxygen and nutrients because these fats are gumming up the works. And then there are the preservatives, like nitrates and nitrites. They're added to keep these meats looking appealing and to extend their shelf life. But what's the trade-off? Some research links these chemicals to an increased risk of certain cancers, particularly colon cancer. As we age, our immune systems might not be as robust as they once were. Does it make sense to regularly consume foods that could be adding to our body's burden and potentially feeding inflammation? It's a serious question to ask yourself. You might be thinking, but it's just a little bit. The thing is, these things add up. A sausage here, a few slices of deli meat there. It becomes a pattern, a consistent assault on your system. It's not about one meal, it's about the cumulative effect. So what's the alternative if you love that savory flavor? Instead of reaching for processed bacon, how about seasoning lean, home-cooked chicken or turkey with smoked paprika for a similar smoky taste? Instead of deli meats packed with sodium, could you roast a turkey breast at home and slice it thin for sandwiches? It takes a little more effort, yes, but isn't your health worth that investment? Think about the vibrant energy you could reclaim. Next up, let's talk about those rich marbled cuts of red meat, the ribeyes, the T-bones, the prime rib. Oh, they can be delicious, no doubt. A steak dinner often feels like a treat, a reward, but when it becomes a regular indulgence, are you truly treating your body well? The primary concern here, much like with some processed meats, is the sheer amount of saturated fat. We've already touched on how this can elevate that bad LDL cholesterol, putting your heart at risk. For seniors whose metabolisms might naturally be slowing down, processing these heavy fats becomes even more of a challenge for the body. It's like asking an older car to constantly race at high speeds. It puts a strain on the engine. But it's not just about your heart. Think about your muscles. When your diet is heavy in these saturated fats, your body might not be as efficient at utilizing protein for muscle repair and growth. This can contribute to something called sarcopenia, that age-related muscle loss that can make you feel weaker, less stable, and more prone to falls. Are those rich meals contributing to a slow decline in your physical strength and independence? Furthermore, these very fatty meats can be tough on your digestive system. They take longer to break down, and for some, this can lead to discomfort, bloating, and even trigger inflammation. If your joints are already a bit achy, do you want to add fuel to that inflammatory fire? Probably not. I often hear people say, but red meat is a good source of iron and protein. And yes, lean red meat, in moderation, can be. But these fatty cuts, the fat content, often outweighs the benefits you might be seeking. The question to ask yourself is, am I getting the best nutritional bang for my buck? Or am I loading up on things that will ultimately make me feel worse? What's the smarter play here? If you enjoy red meat, opt for leaner cuts. Think sirloin, flank steak, or even lean ground beef, and consider the portion size. A smaller portion of lean red meat, paired with a generous helping of colorful vegetables, can be a much more balanced and health-promoting meal. Or how about exploring other protein sources more often, which leads us to some better choices later on. Now, this one often surprises people because some deli meats, like sliced turkey or chicken, are marketed as healthy or low-fat. But are they truly the wholesome choice they appear to be? We touched on processed deli meats earlier, but it's worth a deeper dive because they are so prevalent. The issue again, and it's a recurring theme with processed foods, is the sky-high sodium content. Even if it's lean turkey, the way it's processed to become a deli slice often involves a salt bath. Why? For flavor, for preservation. But for your blood pressure, not so good. Remember, high sodium can lead to fluid retention, making your heart work harder and potentially contributing to that feeling of sluggishness or even leg swelling. And then there are those nitrates and nitrites we mentioned. These preservatives are common in cured deli meats, like ham, salami, and bologna, but they can also be present in some sliced poultry products unless specifically labeled nitrite-nitrite-free. The concern about their link to increased cancer risk, especially with regular long-term consumption, is real and documented. Why take that chance when there are safer alternatives? Beyond that, think about what else might be lurking in those convenient slices. Sometimes fillers, artificial flavors, or even added sugars are part of the package to make them more palatable or to bulk them up. Are you really just getting meat, or are you getting a science experiment? It's a harsh way to put it, but it encourages us to read labels and question what we're truly consuming. What if you love sandwiches? The convenience is undeniable, but instead of pre-packaged, processed deli meats, consider roasting your own chicken or turkey breast at the beginning of the week. Slice it up and store it for quick meals. Or explore other sandwich fillings, hummus and roasted vegetables, egg salad made with Greek yogurt, or even canned tuna or salmon. It's about shifting your mindset from relying on the ultra-processed to embracing fresher, more whole food options. Could this simple switch make you feel lighter and more energetic? Oh, the allure of something crispy and fried. Fried chicken, fried fish, fried pork chops. That satisfying crunch can be hard to resist. But what's happening beneath that golden brown exterior? This cooking method, unfortunately, transforms even potentially healthy meats into something far less beneficial, especially for seniors. When meats are submerged in hot oil, they soak up a tremendous amount of fat. And often, it's not the good kind of fat. We're talking about unhealthy saturated fats, and even worse, trans fats, especially if the oil is reused or is a partially hydrogenated type. Trans fats are notorious for raising your bad cholesterol while simultaneously lowering your good cholesterol. A double whammy for your heart health. This can accelerate plaque buildup in your arteries, increasing your risk of heart disease, stroke, and poor circulation. Does that crispy coating seem so appealing when you consider the potential internal damage? Beyond your heart, think about your muscles and your joints. These unhealthy fats can promote inflammation throughout your body. If you're already dealing with arthritis or joint stiffness, fried foods can be like throwing gasoline on a fire, making the pain and discomfort worse. And remember, sarcopenia, that age-related muscle loss? A diet high in these unhealthy fats can contribute to it, making it harder to maintain your strength, your balance, and your independence. Is the temporary pleasure of fried food worth sacrificing your mobility? Also, consider the oils typically used for frying. Many are high in omega-6 fatty acids. Now, your body needs some omega-6s, but our modern diets are often overloaded with them and deficient in anti-inflammatory omega-3s. This imbalance can further fuel inflammation. It's a vicious cycle. You might be thinking, I only have it once in a while, but how often is once in a while? And what other sources of unhealthy fats are in your diet? It's about the overall pattern. What's the path to deliciousness without the deep fryer? Explore baking, grilling, roasting, or pan-searing with minimal healthy oil. You can achieve wonderful flavor and even a bit of crispiness using these methods. Think of baked chicken with a crispy herb coating, or pan-seared fish with a squeeze of lemon. Your taste buds can adapt, and your body will thank you profoundly. Could this shift open up a new world of vibrant health and energy for you? Phew, that was a lot to consider about the don'ts. It can feel a bit discouraging, can't it? But knowledge is power. And now that we've uncovered some of these hidden dangers, the exciting part is looking at what you should be inviting onto your plate. Let's shift our focus to the meats that can truly nourish you, build you up, and help you thrive. When it comes to a versatile, lean protein powerhouse, it's hard to beat skinless chicken breast. Why is it such a champion for senior health? It's packed with high-quality protein, which is absolutely crucial as we age. Remember sarcopenia? Protein is your primary weapon against it. It provides the building blocks, amino acids, your body needs to repair and build muscle tissue. Stronger muscles mean better balance, easier movement, and a reduced risk of falls. Doesn't that sound like a worthy goal? Beyond muscle, chicken breast is relatively low in fat, especially compared to many red meats or processed options. This means you get all that muscle-building goodness without the heavy load of saturated fats that can weigh down your heart health. It's efficient fuel. Chicken breast is also a good source of B vitamins, like niacin and B6. What do these do? They are essential for energy production, converting the food you eat into usable fuel for your body and brain. Feeling more energetic and mentally sharp? B vitamins play a key role. The beauty of chicken breast is its incredible versatility. Grill it, bake it, poach it, stir-fry it with a mountain of colorful veggies. Add it to salads, soups, or shred it for tacos. The possibilities are endless. This makes it easy to incorporate into your diet regularly without getting bored. How could you creatively add more chicken breast into your meals this week? Oh, salmon. If there's one fish that consistently gets rave reviews from health experts, it's this one, and for very good reason. Salmon, along with other fatty fish like mackerel, sardines, and trout, is swimming in omega-3 fatty acids, particularly EPA and DHA. Why should these be on your radar? Omega-3s are like a soothing balm for your body. They are powerfully anti-inflammatory. Remember all that talk about inflammation contributing to joint pain, heart disease, and even cognitive decline? Omega-3s help to counteract that. If your joints are feeling stiff and achy, increasing your omega-3 intake could bring noticeable relief. For your heart, omega-3s are a true friend. They can help lower triglycerides, reduce blood pressure, and make blood platelets less sticky, which reduces the risk of clots. Think of them as helping to keep your cardiovascular highways clear and smooth. And your brain? It loves omega-3s, especially DHA, which is a major structural component of brain tissue. Regular consumption has been linked to better cognitive function and a lower risk of age-related cognitive decline. Who wouldn't want to keep their mind sharp and clear? Salmon is also a fantastic source of high-quality protein for muscle maintenance, and it provides vitamin D, a nutrient many of us are deficient in, which is vital for bone health and immune function. Aim for at least 2 servings of fatty fish per week. Grilled, baked, or broiled salmon is delicious. Canned salmon or sardines are convenient and budget-friendly options for salads or quick snacks. Have you considered how easy it might be to swap out one of your less healthy meat meals for a serving of delicious, brain-boosting fish? Much like its poultry cousin, chicken skinless turkey breast is another excellent lean protein choice. It shares many of the same benefits: high in protein for muscle support, low in fat, and a good source of those energy-boosting B vitamins. So, why mention it separately? Sometimes it's about variety. If you get tired of chicken, turkey offers a slightly different flavor profile. Ground turkey breast can be a fantastic, leaner alternative to ground beef in many recipes. Think chili, meatloaf, or pasta sauce. Sliced roasted turkey breast is wonderful in sandwiches and salads. Turkey is also a good source of selenium, an important antioxidant mineral that helps protect your cells from damage and supports thyroid function. It's also rich in tryptophan, an amino acid that plays a role in serotonin production, which can affect mood and sleep. While eating turkey won't magically make you fall asleep like after a big Thanksgiving dinner, Getting enough tryptophan in your diet is good for overall well-being. The key, as with chicken, is to choose skinless and opt for healthier cooking methods. Avoid deep frying or drowning it in heavy, creamy sauces. Let the natural flavor of the turkey shine, enhanced with herbs and spices. Could switching to ground turkey in some of your favorite recipes be an easy win for your health? While salmon often takes center stage, don't forget the wide world of other fish that can benefit your health. We mentioned mackerel, trout, and sardines as great sources of omega-3s, but even leaner whitefish like cod, haddock, or tilapia, while lower in omega-3s, are still excellent sources of lean protein and can be a wonderful part of a healthy diet. The key is to eat a variety of fish. This not only provides a broader range of nutrients, but also helps to minimize potential exposure to contaminants like mercury, which can be higher in some larger predatory fish. Aiming for different types of fish throughout the month is a smart strategy. So we've journeyed through the meats that might be holding you back and celebrated those that can propel you forward. It might seem like a lot of information, perhaps even a bit overwhelming. But here's the crucial takeaway. This isn't about an overnight radical overhaul that leaves you feeling deprived. It's about making small, sustainable changes, one meal at a time. Start by asking yourself, which one of these worst meats am I eating most regularly? And then, which best meat could I easily swap in its place, even just once or twice a week to begin with? Maybe it's choosing baked fish instead of fried fish on Fridays. Perhaps it's using ground turkey instead of fatty ground beef in your next batch of spaghetti sauce. Or maybe it's consciously reducing how often you have bacon for breakfast. Remember, your body is incredibly resilient. It wants to be healthy. When you start giving it the right fuel, you'd be amazed at how quickly you can start to feel the positive effects. More energy, less joint pain, clearer thinking, a lighter feeling overall. This isn't just about avoiding disease, it's about actively cultivating vitality, strength, and joy in your daily life. The foods you choose are a powerful tool in that endeavor. So, what's one small change you feel inspired to make after hearing all this? What step can you take today towards a stronger, healthier you? The power truly is on your plate. Choose wisely, choose deliciously, and choose for a future filled with health and independence. I really believe that arming ourselves with this kind of knowledge allows us to make such better choices, choices that compound over time into a much healthier, more vibrant life. It's not about fear, but about empowerment. Now, I'd love to hear from you. After all this, what's one meat you might reconsider? And what's one you're excited to add more of into your meals? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's learn from each other and support each other on this journey. If this discussion resonated with you and gave you some food for thought, please give this video a thumbs up, share it with someone who might benefit, and don't forget to subscribe for more insights into living your healthiest life. Thank you for watching, and here's to making every meal count.